That is a win. Come on. Hello and welcome to another episode of Lumberjack Garage, and today, as you can see behind me, the mighty Lawrence Welk Cadillac is back on the hoist and back in the queue. We got to see if we can get this thing to actually run and drive. As you noticed the last time, the fuel tank was junk, everything's filled with rust, unrepairable, so then we had to order a fuel tank, order a sending unit. That stuff is all in the shop right now today. We're going to button it up, put that tank back in, put some fuel in it, and see if will it actually factually run and not start on fire. Hey, before we go any further, take a minute, hit that subscribe button. That way you can stay on this channel and you'll be notified of all our future videos and all the fun stuff we got coming up this summer. It is gonna be huge. Okay, go back in time right now to a few weeks ago. This car went to Vice detailing, and he went through the whole car front to back, got rid of all the mice nests, did a full condition to the car and cleaned it, detailed it. It turned out awesome. It smells awesome, and that is why it's back to try to get it to test drive, because I am a wimp. I'm just gonna admit it right now. When it stinks like mice so bad and you can't hardly breathe, I'm out. I know it's tough. I'm into old cars and barn finds and all that stuff, and they usually equal mice nests and stenches, and I just can't hardly stand it. So I'm such a baby, had to go to the detail shop before I'll work on it anymore. Okay, let's jump in, dive in, let's get this fuel tank put together and see what we can come up with. Let's go. As you can see here, brand new fuel tank. And this is the new sending unit. Already got the lines all hooked up. It's ready to go back in there and get together. We got our O-ring. Then we get the sending unit in, and then we're gonna get it up in the car. So the first thing I wanna do is I wanna get some grease on this O-ring, because that locking ring kinda needs to slide on here pretty smooth. Plus this little bit of grease can help that O-ring stay in position. I should have grabbed a rag. Here's my rag. All right, so it's a rainy day today, like I said. The shop is actually very quiet, and that is a welcome relief. Summertime in Minnesota, because we have such a long winter, everybody puts their cars away. So in the summer, all the old cars come out, and everyone wants to take a cool drive in their old car, and they want to swing by the shop and say hi, which is awesome, by the way. We got a bunch of great customers, but it can get a little difficult. If you get 2 or 3 guys, maybe 4 guys that stop at the same day, if everyone talks for 30 minutes, I mean, that's like a couple hours out of your day of just standing around and talking, and that don't pay the bills. So I like quiet days. All right, this sending unit, it's got some tabs. You just line up the tabs, stick that sucker in. Then this ring spins. It's a locking ring. Grab. I just use this chisel and a little bit of a hammer. Nothing too aggressive. And obviously this tank, you know, this is the front where the filler neck is, this is the back. It's pretty straightforward. That's really all there is to it. Now, I'm gonna stick it up in the car and hook all the wires up, and let's see. We gotta put fuel in it. All right, let's go. All right, we gotta get this car up in the air. Before I put the tank in, I wanna show you how clean this thing is underneath. So look, the trunk floor is really nice. Frame rails are clean. The trunk drops, quarter drops are all nice and clean. This thing was a California car, came to Minnesota, but it wasn't driven a whole lot. Looks like it needs some shocks in the rear. Those things are probably blown out. Exhaust is okay. Little hole there where the hanger goes. And let's do a walk around here. The frame rails look nice. And notice here, I already threw a new fuel filter in. The floor pans are good. This is all like factory undercoated. All this stuff looks good. Frame rail, a little bit crusty, but this is not, I wouldn't even say this is a rusty car. Look at the rocker seams are nice, really nice. The exhaust, a little bit rusty as you would imagine because of just short trips, gets a lot of moisture. Some rust holes in the exhaust, but actually just the Y pipe, the down pipes look okay. This is a torsion bar front suspension, and we're here on the driver's side. Those rockers look really nice. So this thing would clean up really good underneath. Transmission, a little bit wet. Probably needs a pan gasket and fluid. I was gonna do transmission service, but I cannot get any filter. It's a couple days away. Front suspension looks okay. And what do we got? A little bit of leaks going on up here, nothing too aggressive as you would expect from a car of this age. Look at that beefy differential. This is a front wheel drive car. And then everything's pretty good here. Everything's pretty good up here. So I would guess a guy should expect, once you got this thing on the road again, maybe do tie rod ends, just kind of give it a once over. The oil just got changed, and we put on a set of spark plug wires because the rodents had chewed the other ones. And so now we just put the tank in, and let's see if we can get this sucker to run. I transitioned the tank to my transmission jack. Makes it easier. I appreciate this era. General Motors, they seem like they were conscientious of the worker. You try to do a fuel tank in like a modern Suburban or any of that, you just fight with every connection. These guys, they made a plug in here so you can drop this down. You can easily reach this. This is your ground. We got our ground wire, goes there. This is going to be our power for our sending unit. Or something. It's something. And then we got another one. Actually bolts on. We got a little flat washer. And we got a lock washer. A little nut. Looks like a 10. Let me see how close my guess is. Whoa. That's not rocket science. 10 is the most common, isn't it? Feed this filler neck up through the bumper. Okay, we're looking pretty close. Throw a little anti-seize on these bolts here. Nothing like rusty bolts to ruin your day. think I got it to bite. These straps go on a ridge. What do we think? What do we think? I made it look too easy. Next step, very easy. We're gonna throw, this one is a small line. It's the vent hose. Stick that there. Oh, no wonder I put it on the wrong line when I looked at the camera. Silly me. Tiny little clamp. My very first job was working at a Ford dealership in the service department. And we had a Cadillac, probably similar to this one. And I guess very picky about putting them on the hoist with the air suspension still. One of these hoses is bigger than the other. So I guess we're gonna try to put them where they go. It seemed like they were all kind of in order though. I feel like I'm, I don't know if this will even fit. There we go. So, one of the guys was working on a Cadillac from this kind of era at the Ford garage. I don't know what they were doing, an oil change or something. They put it up on the hoist, and I think the air compressor still ran and could like destroy the air suspension. So you had to leave the driver's door open to disengage the system while it's on the hoist. I don't know, that was a few years ago. That's just based on my memory. But I just remember feeling like back then, I was like 17, I think I was 18. But I'm like, why are car manufacturers so complicated? What if you didn't know to do that and you cost hundreds of dollars? Back then, I got my first raise, $7.50 an hour. Son, that's really living right there. Wondered, hey, did you forget to tighten those bolts? Maybe. Let's tighten them now. What do you say? Let's tighten these things right down. Looking good. So on this car, you fill up the fuel by bending down the license plate. This has got a little plug in it. Let's pull this plug out of here. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Stick the funnel in. I'm going 5 gallons of non-ox premium. No spilling. Holy moly! Okay, that was unexpected. Let's do something. Let's try that. Always something fun. All right, so we got this thing filled with fuel. Well, actually 5 gallons. I put the injector cleaner in it. We did have it running briefly with that other fuel pump I had, kind of that apparatus. Mouse nest. we had mouse nest ignition. Woo! Hey.
Dude, that is a victory.
Yeah, okay. So now I'm going to cycle the key a couple times. Let's see if she actually starts and runs. I think it's gonna. Then we got to do a couple other odds and ends, and we're ready for a test drive. Let's give it a shot. It's alive. Hey, that actually runs pretty stinking good. That is a win. Come on. That's a win. Up, we got a service engine soon light. Well, I don't know. I don't even know how to check engine light on this car. Looks like our gas gauge works. Yeah, this thing is running. Got a little bit of a, maybe a little bit of a misfire. But it actually sounds nice. The engine sounds good. Look at this. Gas gauge is working. We do have a service engine soon light on. Fuel range. I don't know, that's blank. Probably doesn't know without driving it how many miles per gallon it's gonna get. I don't know. All right. Shut that thing off before we die in here. Man, what a win. You saw it in the last video. It kind of ran and popped back, so I wasn't for sure. I wasn't absolutely positive what it was going to do, but it did start and run, and so I assumed once we got some fuel in here. Oh, man, that's exciting. Okay. Let's focus. Focus on what's next. Next is hubcaps. I need to get the hubcaps figured out so the mounting point or the hold down bolts will work. I got a strategy. Let me show you what it is. From factory, there was like a locking bolt that had a key that would hold the hubcaps on. That key got lost many moons ago. So then I was able to extract the locking bolt with this kit that I had years ago from Snap-on, if you can believe it. The hubcap removal tool. But then it kind of, ruined all those, and it doesn't matter because I don't have a key anyways. So I used the 3/8 coarse thread. I just got 3/8 bolts. The problem is they fit really tight inside here, but I do have, and they're 9/16, but I do have a really thin wall quarter drive socket that fits. They tighten. So we are golden, baby. Now the last problem, in the removal of those center studs, it blew this one all the way through. So I just did an ugly welding job because it doesn't matter. Right there, this is pretty thin metal, and I took and put a nut in there and just tacked it in a couple spots. It's ugly, I get it, but it doesn't matter. It just has to penetrate and hold so that it'll hold the hubcap, and it does just that. So let me get all these hubcaps on. Get them all tightened down. We are ready. And here it is. Line up the tabs. Center cap, just got these 4 tabs. And bada bing. You know the crazy part, Dale from Vice Detailing, he found another set of hubcaps, and then he took both sets, because there was this car was missing, I think, a hubcap. And until you try to find one of these, you don't realize how hard they are to find anymore. They just don't exist. So he took both sets, took them all apart, including every spoke. And he found the nicest of everything, and he built one set of hubcaps, polished everything. So you can tell there's still some little dents and curb rash, but hey, that's what you get. Some of these cars from the 80s, they just not making the stuff anymore yet. They're not reproducing it yet. All right, let's get this thing on the ground. So to recap, transmission fluid looks okay. This thing only has like 80,000 miles on it. So I don't know when or if it was changed, but it looks okay.